because I thought you might have, would have, maybe.
Yeah, just woke up.
But what I'm saying is, there was some that was smart enough to use some of it to,
Yeah, I agree with you,
rebuild.
Pat. Because I ask people this all the time. You probably didn't heard me ask somebody this already because I've seen you watching the show. But I feel like everyone has a message. Everyone has gone through experiences in their life. Everyone has learned things along their journey. Everyone has something that they can share with others that may help them on their journey. What's your message to the people out there? Because this is your first time on the show. I do it to everyone.
My message to the people would be that your brain can trick you, and we have to wake up to the understanding of. I hate to go back to this point, but magic and your core belief. What do you believe in? Um, there's a difference between right and wrong. There's a golden rule, and you have to do shadow work in order to get to where you're going or where you want to be.
1,000.
Man, you said a bunch of
Everything is
keywords
yeah,
there.
I know. It's it's not life isn't what you thought it was gonna be, and it's how you finish. So you fall down, but you get back up.
Yeah.
If you stay down, I took my last breath and I'm gonna keep going onto the universe and beyond. I always bless people and their family. I wish no bad on any individual. I'm not perfect. Uh,
Which no one is.
that would probably be it because I really appreciate being on this show that I had the opportunity to be myself and not try to get out of character. And another thing too is that whatever you're trying to accomplish in life, you're put forward. No one is God. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So all I have to do is just believe in myself and know that I have all the abilities that anybody else has. All I have to do is apply myself.
Yeah.
And
That's
if anybody's watching this out there in the universe, hey, um, I'm here. I'll give out my personal number. I love to talk to people. I'm very impressionable. Um, I appreciate you guys. There's nothing really much more I can say.
well. Thank you
I
for the
appreciate you.
message. I think it was perfect.
You're doing the great work. If you're not doing something, if you're not taking action, then it's a false dream. Don't
Yeah.
put the shot up if you're not trying to shoot a hoop or make the basket. Shoot it
Get
for
up.
a reason.
Yep. Get up and do something, man. Yep, man. That was fantastic. You said a bunch of really good keywords early in your little speech. I
Yeah,
should
I'm
have took
writing stuff down. Like I'm not perfect.
I
You
should have
know,
took notes.
my train. If you're not taking notes, you're being programmed. But you guys aren't on this channel because everyone tunes into what they're saying. They have they have their opinion, but the reality is, can it be proven through like science? Science is dope. I love science
Me too.
because it can be proven. It takes you one leap to the next. And money
Science
has
is life
been
and
the
life is
most.
science.
Money
Yep.
drives people. Money doesn't
Yeah.
drive me anymore. And
Yeah.
I haven't got to where I'm going, but I plan on making a lot of money and doing something right with it because I understand it. I have a Lamborghini. My son said Lamborghini is a little toy car. And I'm like, do I really want that?
Right.
No, because if I can pay for it, it completely goes to a liability.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's all
son,
it
no,
is.
if you want it, go get it. But you got to go get it.
You just bought a liability, and
It
people with
depreciates
money
right away.
don't do that. People with wealth don't do that. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and XRP and cryptocurrency, man, get involved. Throw $100, whatever you can afford, throw it into cryptocurrency because we are in a digital world. Digital currency is
Yeah.
real. It's already happened. So put your money into it because the American dollar is dead.
I
And
think the dollar is going out, but
I'll put my last breath on it.
I'm scared. I agree with you about the dollar going out, but I'm still scared of the cryptocurrency And what about NFTs, man? What do you think
It's
about
gotta be
that?
it's gotta be replaced with something. The dollar has to be replaced with something. That's
I'm
the
still
part that you
scared.
NFTs,
but
NFTs is
see
a digital
but
currency.
that's been the problem with black people for the longest is that their fear gets them more than their than their optimism. Like, okay, or even just being prepared for the future is that seeing that is moving from one place to another and to be able to capture that before it's too late because that's how a lot of people end up in slavery is that their whole idea like they're holding on to an idea of something of the past or that they wish it would be this or that or whatever. You just got to imagine that when it changed from the gold standard to these notes, it was kind of the same thing. Like they didn't want to believe in it, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. But you know, your the whole idea of slavery is dependent on someone else uh, to be able to obtain your way of life. So if you can get ahead of that, the better off you'll be.
What were you gonna say, Elliot, on the NFTs?
Oh, NFT is digital. It's a digital currency, and
It's
it's
non fungible
like
tokens.
Picasso. It's like Picasso living. I'm not even sure if that person is real, but I'll play with it. Now it's worth something. So if somebody has the hard copy of that picture, now it becomes worth value, and value only increases if people believe in it. If you don't believe in it, it doesn't work. You can go to the
Yeah,
store right now in the city and exchange Bitcoin for cash. So if you have $1 million in Bitcoin and you want to give up X amount of dollars, you can get out $2,000 like it ain't nothing. See, they're walking
yeah,
around hiding like there's something to hide, but in reality, it's the new age, and they caught up somehow. I don't know how we missed it. I did. I was still trying to figure out 9/11, let alone cryptocurrency.
Yeah, but see, that's what's scary with me. I completely understand about what you said about how much they believe in it is what gives it its value. So that's the same thing with the dollar, and that's the same thing with the any of the
it it
cryptocurrencies.
it no,
But believing in what's actually
any
real is two different stories.
listen, any form of exchange to be able to see a value in whatever that medium is, because whether you're on a barter system where you're trading beans for greens, collard green, like just being able to use either one for value, whether it's a direct exchange or medium. So when you're seeing that the medium is changing and it's actually a window of where like they've been giving you the past couple of years to prepare for this change. And the longer you go without accepting where everything is going is pretty much like putting you in a it's putting you behind because you can't
Ten steps
because like
behind.
you're not gonna be able to
Everybody should
exchange
know chess.
every yeah, you're not gonna be able to exchange every dollar because we still mostly working on this system.
You live in
But
America, you can't
if I
exchange any dollar.
yeah, I mean if
You
I got
exchange it,
25
you exchange
grand,
it to buying your goods for a
yeah,
discount.
when everything happens, if I have 25 grand in cash in my account, but I also have 100 grand of crypto somewhere, whichever crypto let's just say all together the different cryptos I have equal up to 100,000. I can convert it into or be able to use it at some point. But these $25,000 I got is it's gonna be worthless. It's like I can use it to start a fire. So I mean, what good is holding on to something that's totally losing its value,
Tangible.
and you can still use it to be able to put position yourself in a new economy, and that's where like you know I have to pick on our own people because this is where we fuck up all the time. Is that we wait till the last moment to be like, oh damn, this is real, or you know what, this, you know what I'm saying, like they have no choice but to move into it when it gets to a certain point, and here we are, we're lagging again. So that's why, like, I'm like, look, there's been many signs. I tell people, I've been sharing, as much as I can. I've even offered people to get on these different platforms where you can start investing, and I will put up the money. I've even done that, and there's still
What do you mean,
people,
like Robin Hood or something like that?
huh?
No, I said, what do you mean, like Robin Hood or something?
I don't
Where
know
you
if you
talking
know.
about investing?
He said, "What apps are you recommending to people?" He said Robinhood or something.
No, there's actually this thing called iPrime Capital, where you can invest, because I mean, you take your dollars and purchase some crypto and invest it, because nowadays, like, these a lot of these investment companies are not even accepting cash, like, or but just straight up US dollar. Now, the this iPrime Capital, you can invest either Bitcoin or USDT, which is United States dollar tethered, which is a crypto now. So that's one of the proofs to me that it's
Yeah, I
moving
know Tether.
yeah, it's moving to crypto. Like the United States has its own crypto. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that,
it's a soft form of it, and um, just to kind of switch subjects a little bit because we're stuck on the topic. It's like the chip. People usually we use money. Then they say there was a coin shortage during the pandemic, but now they're like, hey, do you have a card? Because we can't accept cash. We can't exchange that.
Mm-hmm.
Exchange. It's a word. It's a language. Green language. Green language is always green because it gives out a
Mm-hmm.
fucking bright light.
Yep.
No. Oh, okay. Well, there's nothing we can do because we don't have we don't have enough money in our cash registers, which means that
Man, I
you
it's
know
really
what I
think you're
get.
touching. You're
it's
really hitting
controlled
on.
by the central bank.
You're really hitting on something. I think. At at the university that I go to, University of Houston, during the height of the pandemic, we wouldn't accept cash in any form at all on campus. Everything had to be by card. So it's like this is not acceptable tender here. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay with the card. So that's crazy
Yeah,
because we be talking about the numbers and how like the economy and those trillions of dollars floating around in the stock market not even real, and then so they want to accept this not necessarily even real fake ass like numbers on a computer over this physical currency. That is something right there. And then that right in the middle of the pandemic. So what really is valuable? So when things hit the fan, if the shit hits the fan here in the United States, is the dollar going to be worth a shit?
No,
Yeah, they doing away with the
yeah,
American
because
dollar.
it'll be the
and
loaf of bread will be worth $30. I got a pound of chuck ground beef not too long ago, $10, easy, and I'm like, damn. Maybe a couple years ago it was a little bit worth it. When I was a baby, probably pennies, and now it's just like, hey, you got to catch up with the times, or otherwise you're going to be left behind.
yep.
JT, let me ask you, what you think about what we talk about? You haven't talked. Yeah.
Yeah, man, they finna get rid of the dollar bill, man. And I feel what you're talking about, man. We going into that cryptocurrency. I be watching these videos on my laptop, and that's all they be talking about. The dollar bill ain't worth shit no more.
Yeah, and
It's
while it
not.
still has a little value in it, you need to take some of it and convert it. And,
Yeah.
and possibly put it to where it can be an investment, so it can be making money on its own without, you know what I'm saying, like, the less money you have, the more you should be trying to invest in
Even
something,
right now,
because
like XRP, I should. My computer is not that fast. Damn, cryptocurrency price.
What's the question?
Oh no, I was just giving you like a demographic, like cryptocurrency price.
Yeah,
Bitcoin, I know for sure right now is around like 30, 36,
Bec-
38,
becau-
but it
because
hit its peak at 64 or something like
look, I'm gonna
that.
tell you, the
But I'm saying
crypto
like
could
XRP is
really
like
be the
$20 right now.
look. The
If
crypto
black
could
people,
really be the biggest exchange in currency in the last
people won't
200
wake
years.
up. Yeah, people won't wake up. It's not gonna happen. Straight up.
Because it
It's
was an
only for the people
opportunity for
that
anybody.
the ears that are open and will listen.
I'm
That's
scared. I ain't
really
gonna
who it
lie.
all who it's for.
I think I
Yeah,
need
the
somebody to
world.
hold me by the hand as I do it.
Oh God, that's been that brotherly with that brotherly love. I'll be telling my girl that my guy came over today and she's like, "You guys are just like it's a testosterone. So you guys are just really like pumped up and this and that." And all he's doing is giving
Well,
me information. We're exchanging it. He's intelligent. I'm like, "Damn, I'm trying to get something from you." And um, everything is a form of like sex. The people look at the
well,
they be like, "Oh my God, big and pussy." No, we're talking about you interpreting information, accepting it, or giving somebody information and them
well,
interpreting it. Like it doesn't have to be that complicated.
well. Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one
Hey,
thing that'll
look,
always
hey,
stand
talking
true.
over there like, damn, I want to talk to this dude. Like, for real, this
Yeah.
shit is real.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
feeling it, definitely.
well, look, one thing that'll always be true is scared money don't make money.
Yeah.
No,
You gotta be
survival
willing to take a
money don't
chance.
make money. Survival
Say
money
what?
don't make money because you scared. You scared to spend a dollar, but your goal.
And
Man, black people go buy some lobster, some shrimp, make some motherfucking gumbo. You spend $80 on this whole time. You ain't even thinking. Like, what else can I do with this money?
and it's so
Like,
dumb. But I get your argument because I have to sympathize, because if you've been in struggle for so long, like we said earlier, I mean, like you've been hurting, bro. Like it's hard to explain this shit. It's hard to
no, it's
explain.
not. No, it's not. If you know how to come into somebody's level, explain it real quick and get out, then they can transfer that information to the next person. And you have to be able to show people proof because that's one thing about my community. When I get ready to build my community like I want to, I'm gonna show you proof right away. People want instant gratification. We live in a microwave society.
Yeah,
I like to cook meals
I've shown
that take me like 2, 3 hours. People want shit that's in the microwave for 5 minutes and it's over. And I'm like, dude, that shit don't taste good at all. It's not authentic. There's preservatives
exactly.
in it. What the hell is going on? But
That's a good
I'm not, I'm
I've
not.
shown my wallet to one of my friends. It's like the proof is there, but at the same time, it's like excuses after excuses. Because it's like, okay, there, all right, yeah, I see it, but then it's like, oh, but like, because regardless of how we feel about it, that's where it's moving to. Because yes, in a flash, everything that like electricity go out, there's whatever kind of thing,
Don't even
yeah,
know how to
like,
survive. Poor
huh?
baby. I said, don't even know how to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't know how to
because
survive.
yeah, because I mean, I'm like right now, like I mean, I'm telling people in my family, like, and of course, I'm the one who's, is crazy, I guess, but it's like you need to be prepared for any and everything. Like I'm at home, over the last weekend, and I'm like, all right, come on, let's go, just get some things and be stocked up and prepared just in case, because like, and I try not to go into all the details because yeah, like even right now with us using debit cards, if our bank, like something happened where the grid goes out, we can't use no ATMs, we can't use no nothing. So trying to go to the store where they're not able to get any supplies into the store at some point. Like, I mean, you got to really think about all these different things, and you know, is it a fear? Yes, a fear that my family's gonna have to starve because they're not being prepared ahead of time.
And
That's
it's
why they
but
say they gonna put that chip in you. They gonna put a chip in you with all your currency on it, and
They ain't putting no damn chip in me.
um,
He's talking about an RFID chip. The chip is already in you, not necessarily, but you have a phone, you have a computer, you have a smart
Well, yeah,
appliance.
yeah. It's no, I'm talking about
Yeah, the chip
inside
is
my
already
body.
there.
now I'm talking about
Yeah,
inside your body.
yeah.
They gonna
I'm
put a
not
Yeah,
chip
that's what
saying
I'm
inside
going
your
to be.
body in order for you to purchase your goods. If you ain't got that
that.
chip, you ain't gonna be able to
It's
purchase no
already
food
here.
and water.
See, we talking about we're regurgitating information, but it's already here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's like we got to
It's
go to the
already
next
up.
conversation. How to live above that instead of below it because it's already here.
because it's all about the fear. So back to what you were saying about the currency, because like the fear, like a person that has been through trauma, they've been through poverty, they know what it's like to be hungry. They're gonna make sure they have a nest egg stacked up some kind of way. Like they don't give a fuck.
Well,
Like you can't tell them
But
shit.
no, somehow the person that's in poverty accumulates more than the person that's already rich.
but
Am I wrong,
look.
King? Holla at me, Ashe. For real. Some of the best meals in my life when I was a baby was the ones that my mom was like, I ain't got a dollar in my name. But you know what? I got some beans, some rice. We're gonna whip this
Hmm.
But
shit up. I got a
but
little
look.
heat. I
We're
was
gonna
like,
work it
damn,
out.
I was like, damn, mama.
Best food
Like,
ever.
But
It
listen,
was made
before
with love too, though. That's why.
it was.
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. We can still build our own system where we don't have to follow into their own. Like I mean, I know like people have been talking about this for the longest, but a safer way for us to live is within our own paradigm, something that we create. Because if we, control our own food, if we control, how our
On
kids are
schools
taught, yeah,
and
you know,
hospitals and corner stores and
Do y'all really
hospitals.
want me to talk right now? Because I'm feeling it.
That's exactly the answer. This is exactly the answer, and I'm glad we're talking about this because I hope everybody watches this. Because
So if that's possible, look, I mean, the only way that's possible is inside shadow work. All right. So each individual else right now, I could put $5 up right now to like not no GoFundMe, no none of that. Put it into something. I can do that, or I can do a little bit more, but it has to be a collective respect where it's like nobody's gonna touch that money and try to take it and do anything with it.
you
So what
trust,
are we gonna do with it? Let's put
trust.
some energy behind it. Let's
So we
pray.
so
Let's
so that's why I'm making this
come
channel.
on,
It's
King.
because
Come on, King.
look, this is where I'm going with this because I'm trying to get to the point where we can do that kind of thing that you're talking about, Elliot. But to be able to do that, like you said, you have to have confidence in it. So you have to build community first. So before you build community, you have to start with conversation. Ding, 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 ding. Niggas think I'm crazy, bro. I've been thinking
look,
about this shit heavily. Okay, you
what,
start with conversation, you build community,
what,
you build trust. Now you can build
what,
institutions because
but
people can
listen,
trust you.
listen. From the beginning of me being on this podcast, the biggest thing that I was trying to do is because us being autonomous. If you don't know what being autonomous means, is being able to rely on yourself and your community. Like the I'm a part of all.
Autonomous. I learned a new word. Thank you, brother. Continue.
Huh?
Pat does that all the time. He said you taught him a new word. Go ahead.
All right. Well, however, we have a government that we build
We
with
need to
the
get rid of that
government.
government. We need to have our own government.
Well, that's
Exactly.
what I'm
That's
trying
what
to tell
Pat
you.
was about to
We
say. Yeah.
we have our own government, and it somewhat separates you from the United States as being your primary, because you really end up being a dual citizen, because you can still operate and do whatever you want through all these other systems, but you still live outside of that paradigm. Now, a lot of the dollar, we still use the same stuff that they're using, but at the same time, we're trying to create our own community where we can count on each other to be able to, like, I mean, as far as some, we have the school, we
Right.
have the medical association where we're teaching people about health and just how to pretty much take care of yourself without using these pharmaceuticals. um you know building, and of course being tax exempt so that you can help build yourself a better financial
When you
base.
say December, are you talking about LLC or what is it called? LLC or um, that free 501c3?
He said
What about
LLC or 50123. Pat.
No, 501c3.
no, no,
F013C.
no, this is our own, this is truly our own government. Everything that you just mentioned is a part of that, of the United States.
Yeah, we
This
did. We
is
cut out the United States. This
it's
is us.
Yeah, it's a like if it's a plebiscite. Like like we're indigenous people. We are a group of people who were here on the land before this
I know what you're talking
government
about. It's you have to be foreign to the government.
yeah,
If you're not foreign, you
yeah,
are in their jurisdiction. And
we're
the
Right.
only
foreign.
jurisdiction
Yeah,
that America has is Washington D.C. over there on the East Coast,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because that's the
in
only
that
place
small
that really,
state.
So they don't
yeah,
have real jurisdiction. That's why they always ask us to submit all the time. So because you
yes,
give them you give away you give them
99%
jurisdiction.
of people submit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every time they ask you, do you understand? They're not asking you, do you comprehend? They're asking you, do you stand under what they say?
That's why I say overstand a lot. My wife be like, "Why you say that?" I be like, "Do you understand?" She's like, "I'm not sure to answer that question." But baby, I'm gonna put you in the best position possible.
Let me play this little clip, y'all. It might be a bit off the point, but I'm just curious. I really want to hear this. Um, I just want to hear this.
And was arrested under the black codes.
Sometimes in life,
John Owen was caught taking 6 ears of corn from a cornfield and was arrested under the black codes.
This is $4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4 is $28. So just this pile right here is how much I went to jail for.
Under his sentence, Owen was leased into convict labor and sent to the chain gang, where he served 2 years for the corn and a third year for the court costs.
I was in the Hayes County Jail for a total of 45 days for $25 worth of.
John Owen was
Harris
caught taking
County.
6 ears of corn from a cornfield
How long did
and was
she
arrested
stay?
under the black code.
Let me listen one more time.
This is $4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4 is $28. So just this pile right here is how much I went to jail for.
Under his sentence, Owen was leased into convict labor
It
and
didn't.
sent to the chain gang.
Oh, she didn't say how long she went in for. So it says instead of investing in communities to combat poverty, we give the police $100 billion a year to criminalize it. What do y'all think about that? Not to change the subject, but
well, I mean,
That when we come with our own society at, and we spend our money with us and nobody else. And I was listening to a show about that. We got to build our own community where we only spend our money with us.
My
yeah,
thoughts are that the government is militarized,
And have our
so
own police department.
it would make more
Have our
sense for
own.
people to say,
go ahead,
it would
Elliot.
make more sense for people to say that, hey, I'm wrong, and not deal with the complete issue. Does that
Yeah, I
make
mean
sense?
the police is only a domestic military. Um, where of course we have an
Domestic.
international yeah, we have police are domestic military. Um, and it's not us funding it. I mean, we are, but I mean, of course,
Because we don't have control of our government. It's a rogue ass government. No, we're not. They're taking the money
exactly.
out
No,
of our
they
pockets,
no, bro.
but
They
we're
dealing with
not.
pedophilia and motherfucking money laundering.
Yeah, we're not
What they do
willing.
too,
We're not
bro.
willingly funding it.
Hey, can you
Yeah,
if I give you a
but
video to
see,
play, can you play it, Chakra?
But see, the more we separate ourselves from the government and we create our own, we have our own. Because I mean, there's a government that's available, even if we do it as an IPA, because is honor is pretty strict on certain things. So we could even create something outside of that where we
What
have our
is
own.
what is IPA?
It's an indigenous. Shit, I forget what the P stands, but it's pretty much where you can set up your own indigenous, or you have indigenous protection. Yeah, indigenous protection agency, uh,
Okay.
association, and you can be a part of the collective of the indigenous people, but honor is the actual government. So I mean, when you separate yourself from having to pay these taxes, you're not pushing more money into these programs that fight against you. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I like that idea. That really just made me happy inside. But I would like us to focus on that community thing because that's like what JT was saying, us building our spending money with ourselves. And I think that's what the future is going to have to be. Like I say, local everything. You know what I mean? Like even your doctors. I mean, everything local, everything, but this will be in a regional way. See, the problem is, we letting these big major corporations run the show, and they want to do all the productions overseas because it's cheaper for them. They make more
Cheap,
profit. Of
and it
course,
pushes
whatever.
us, and it pushes us out of work. So when
Yeah.
we
So, but
take
fuck that.
when we take
We
it
need to
into our own
produce.
hands, and we're
Yes.
producing our own food, we're producing our own clothing, we're producing everything that we need ourselves, because I mean we have the technology. It's not like what I'm saying, we have to have
Tebow,
like
Todd, Tyrone, them niggas know how to do that shit. So regionally, it doesn't have to be within your city. It's regionally. You should be able to get all the products and services that you need,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Everything, literally everything. Your car parts, everything. Why can't don't they make car parts in Texas? Somebody correct me. I think they make car
um
parts in Texas.
I'm
They end
not
up getting
sure.
shipped somewhere else. I could be wrong. But what I'm saying is, manufacturing all the goods that you need, products and services, regionally. So, each region is really strong, and then as an allegiance of these regions, then they become even stronger. You get what I'm saying? How do you conquer a nation full of people who take care of themselves?
Well, look,
You
just
can't.
think
Do not,
about
You
this.
have to
If
give proof. If we can't
yeah,
provide anything for these people, if we can't give them garment like Marcus Garvey, if we can't feed them, man, who else? Who do they look to? The government.
There
yeah.
ain't
Most
no
of the
government.
people
We
that I
our
know,
own
that's an
government.
olive branch, but that's quickly. It's already changed. I'm like, so who's feeding me? Who's putting food in my mouth? Who's giving me
Right.
health care?
Right.
Like this has to stop at some point. And people aren't mad enough. They're just like, oh well, I got medical. I'm gonna go get my dishes taken care of, my teeth taken out, this and that, or I can get a checkup. You read about a fucking um, getting your pussy checked and you having sex. So are you promiscuous or what the hell is going on? Like I shouldn't have to tap into that type of energy. This should be a structure of how it was when 20 years before I was born, where there was family, there was a father in the house. It wasn't broken.
Right.
It
But
wasn't like unorderly. There wasn't drugs in the street. There wasn't guns. If I shoot my brother, it's because you came in my house, not because you stole a fucking 20 bag
but
of dope.
but the corporations weren't so strong. You know, it
They,
happened.
they manifested it. The Satanists manifested this
But
shit.
but
It's
look,
already here
why are they so strong? Who are the biggest consumers in this country?
because because we don't believe strong enough on
Well, I'm just
of
saying, like,
change.
Well,
if
We don't
what,
personally.
well,
I
I
say
mean,
we
what will
because
it?
I'm in there both. I think
well,
I mean,
differently.
in
the biggest.
turn for
I,
us to
I
start depending on ourselves and spending money with ourselves will destabilize them at the same time because
right.
that's what
You'll
we've been putting.
buy some for me, and I'll buy some for you. Right in
E-
return, I'll kick that shit
exactly.
back like a
And
1,000%.
and
Go
and
buy
and
some for me. I promise. I'll give
and
you your
that
money back. Yeah,
and
more.
I want to go back to
Even if I charge more.
what Pat said about why are the corporations so strong? They're so strong because we keep going. What I get your point, Pat. I'm backing you up. They're so strong because we support the motherfuckers. We keep
Yeah,
ordering from Amazon. We keep going to fucking Walmart. We keep driving through fucking McDonald's.
yeah,
We can't even grow our own motherfucking our carrier. Excuse my language. Sorry, I don't want to cuss on the show. Um, but yeah, we can't even grow our own fruits, vegetables,
yes, we
anything. Like,
can.
what are we doing?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we
Where's your
can.
nutrients coming from?
We can, we just don't. And that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I've been trying to find somebody that really, like, even if it was just growing in some pots somewhere and we just growing different things to where we can, expand later. But I've been trying to invest in that for a while, trying to get, different family
You want
members.
to invest in agriculture.
Yes,
That's the
I think
main
that's
thing
I think that's where we have to start. Because I
because
mean,
Well, you
even if
better
we're
start in Africa
because
because it ain't happening here. These white people got this shit on lock.
well,
well,
we actually grow a lot of shit. It just doesn't feed the people so of here. So, but I want to go back to that because you said we. The question was, how do you control? How do you conquer a nation? As and then it's like you got to be able to feed your people. Basically, that what it simply comes down to that because every time they do war. The main way they conquer places is by doing the blockades. It's like it goes way back in history where they circle a town and they don't let nothing in or out, so the people starve. So that's the issue. So, but if those people were able to feed themselves within that town or region or whatever, then they can hold out that siege. And
yeah,
guerrilla wars are the future. So, a guerrilla war can keep going if you got food. And you got to keep getting bullets too, though. Maybe you can make them.
well, I mean,
It's
even a guerrilla war. I mean, because I mean, of course, they're gonna try to drop bombs or whatever, but at the same time, I mean, they can do that to us anyway. Like, I mean, you got to get past the whole, because that's our biggest thing is our fear that of this, that, and the other. But if you're not preparing either way, it don't matter if yeah. I mean, it won't really matter if you're not prepared or at least halfway prepared. Where even if you got canned goods that you bought, or as you buying food and canning things yourself, maybe start
My
like
language.
you can go buy live fish and start your own little pond or something where they can start accumulating over time. Like, I mean, it's so many
But
different
I
things
would say
that you
this
could.
though, even less than that, you could just support your little farmers markets, the little local people who, because in those farmers markets they grow that's that stuff that's grown locally, and it's healthier for you anyway to be eating local.
It is always.
No, it means a lot much more to me because I was wondering why the people around me pray over their food is because all that energy correlates back to what you're doing. So I'm an adolescent. I don't know exactly like, hey, I'm just hungry. I want to eat. My stomach full. I interpreted this information and It has so much history behind it. I want a clean history. Like I told my mom, I don't want to come back to this realm. These people are disgusting. You know what I mean? And the fact that I took that that attribute of life, I'm just trying to detox as much as possible, but not kill myself quick because you have to have a little bit of sugar, H2O, iodine, zinc, any mineral that comes from down to A to Z. We all know about Dr. Zabi. We know what he was trying to preach. I took all that out of my life, and what did they do? Kill him. You know, not to
Well,
say that it doesn't have nothing to do with me, but I respect Dr. Zabi and what he did,
well, I'm gonna tell you, man. You should look
and
up.
that's just one point.
Well, I mean,
Just,
I'm gonna tell you. There's a guy that I think is on the verge. Probably he might be more because he's actually a biochemist. The chief of our tribe right now. He's a biochemist, and he studies all these different things where what's good for our system because a lot of the things that we eat through this current through the
it's
U.S.
either
system
acidic or it's
it's all
alkaline.
stuff that like a lot of this stuff is depleting us.
You
So
can't have too
there's
much of alkaline, and you can't too have much of acidic. There has to be a balance.
yeah, but there's still some foods that will be considered alkaline that's not good for us. So
Yeah,
that's the
most of
thing.
the food that we eat is acidic.
Yeah. Well, most of it is, but what I'm saying is there's foods that will be considered to be alkaline that still is not beneficial to our body.
Static. And you're talking about a hybrid.
We're talking about beef. We're
You're
talking
talking about
about
hybrid. Yeah, no meat is good for us. I want to debate Chaka on that, but that's going to be on another show. Um, but yeah, like
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
These hybrid animals that we've been eating is not good for us because I mean we're
for
original
sure.
people and the original plants and animals are better for us. So I
Yeah,
mean that's just
the strongest animal in the jungle that I know is what?
Lion,
A gorilla. Are you
gorilla.
crazy? It's a gorilla, bro. Or a little bit stronger than that. I mean, like you're talking about like um no, not an elephant, yeah. And then giraffe. Tell me another stronger animal, please. I want to hear it.
yeah. Well, you're saying that the gorilla is the strongest in the jungle, um, and
In this animal kingdom. Um,
obviously smarter because it's not eating stupid shit like we do.
right. People say, "Oh, we need it for protein," and like Dr. Zabi said, do you know what protein is? You don't even know what protein is. You can't explain it. Oh, it builds
Yes.
body mass. Oh, okay. Well,
Well, I think we
right.
do need to
I like those
we
silent
do need to
moments
organize.
because
I
it's
think we
just so
do.
much.
We need to organize something where we can start up at least a couple of forums in different areas in which there's some people doing it, but if we can connect with them,
You
because I
start
mean,
small with the dollar. You start with the dollar bill,
well, I
and
mean, if we just do the same thing with if we just start little gardens of our own, will be better
excuse me,
than what we got going right now.
small. Okay, true.
They say it's illegal to garden in most
But
places, man. You ain't allowed to garden no more.
each individual that's listening to this show right now, start a small plant in your
Why
own
you?
house.
What you talking about? Because of the HOAs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, cause all my girl wanna do, she wanna put a garden out there, but she say HOA ain't gonna let her.
Well, but there's ways around that because they
What
won't
is
let you tear up
HOA?
they won't let you till up the land, but you
Homeowners
can
Association.
always yeah, but you can always get plants in a pot and grow things in a pot. That's I mean just finding ways around it because yeah no they a lot of them don't want you to till up the land, but you can
You'd be
always
surprised if you nurture a plant, like they play music for plants and shit like that. Like it be dancing and stuff. If you pay attention to it, you be thinking you tripping, but no, that motherfucking plant be like, "I'm going, what's up?" And people try to correlate that with me, and no, that's not the same. I will sacrifice myself to make something better, which is the organisms of the planet. Damn, I'm giving too much information. I'm about to get out of here. I'm, I'm out of here.
huh
No, I'm talking shit. My shit's delayed, isn't it, Chakra?
wait a minute because for whatever reason it's hard for me to really understand what you're saying.
Right.
I
So
I
It
I
seemed
gotta get a better
it's
headset.
seemed like Chaka was hearing you very clear through the whole thing.
I'm just good at it. I'm just good at it. He's been muffled, like it's a bit muffled. It's not a delay. It's just a bit muffled, but it's
No, it is
okay.
muffled because I got weak ass headphones.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's muffled. It's not
I
delayed. It's
heard that shit.
muffled.
I heard that
Uh,
shit. But
damn, y'all made me think. Forget what the hell I had a point just now. What did y'all just
Man,
say?
hey, Soccer, you gotta have notes, bro. I'm not finna fight. I'm not gonna continue fucking with this channel unless you got notes.
I
And I got
gotta.
motherfucking.
I
I
do
got.
have
I
notes.
can go back to
Don't
the
fuck with
beginning
me.
of this conversation.
Don't fuck with me. I do have
I can
notes. I
go.
just didn't write notes for what I wanted to say just
nah,
now.
I'm
but
talking
nah,
about
but he want
Putin,
nah, but
Ukraine, and
no,
fucking Leonardo.
Elliot,
Fuck, get out of
Elliot, no, no. Well, I got a problem. He trying to blame us.
Well,
here.
I can't remember what it was, but I do have something. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but Putin said that the African nations are weak. There's a clip going
Yeah, I
around,
seen that. I seen that.
and it's viral now, but it's just a piece of what he was saying.
Black
But
people are weak. Go look at the motherfucking ancient Egyptian pyramids and then come holler at me. Cause it's in my
whoa,
blood.
whoa, no, look, the internet is
You
jumping on it
pathetic.
like that and making it kind of racist. But you have to go back and look at the context of what he was saying. He was making a really good point, actually, because, like, okay, you had the people at the border. Remember, we were showing in the video yesterday, trying to get out of Ukraine and into Poland, and but see, the African nation that they were from said, "You guys are on your own." And that's what Putin is talking about. And he said that a lot of the African nations worship white men. Like they think that they're better. Like it's like they feel like the colonizers are better, like they won, they're smarter or whatever. They basically worship them.
Oh my
And then
Dude,
God.
they're
they're
so
not smart.
I had
They're
this
pigmented.
conversation, bro. I've been having this conversation for so long. It's just like what, bro? Like I mean, because I'm gonna tell you, like a lot of people not realizing that a lot of this fight that's going on with why NATO is angry with China and Russia is because of their investments in Africa and actually making better deals with Africa than the European nations because they're just been pretty much extracting and they'll pay one person, the governor, the president, and then the majority of the people are you know suffering. So
so so the
with them
gist of wait, let me just say this so that can be clear. The gist of what Putin was saying was like, you African nations, stop being pussy and fucking stand up to these damn European ass fucking nations
mhm.
and handle your shit.
Yeah.
Period. And his message was
it,
good.
it
Go ahead.
in a nutshell. But that's the thing. People keep trying to villainize this dude, where he is actually like. I mean, there's more proof that he's trying to help these different countries than to hurt them. And it's like if we're looking at an international family where we all kind of stand together, he has a certain level of power. Him along with his allies that can make a difference that a lot of us aren't able to make on our own. But at the same time, they can't do the shit by themselves because, of course, they know just like if America steps into Russia on some humbug shit, that's gonna be all out war, or like World War III and IV put together. So they can't just go in and just start roughing up Europeans that's doing stuff in Africa. No, the people of Africa has to start doing stuff for themselves, and
You
it's
gotta
the same
stand
here.
up.
The
Like
same
those
the same
specifically,
here. Yeah,
those kids that was in your Ukraine and they was stuck and they couldn't pass the border. They got niggas pulling guns on them and shit. Whatever nation they're from should have been
the,
like, whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah. And the thing about it is, if they were strong enough, or they knew that they had some consequences to.
Damn, we lost him. We lost him. You dropped out, Pat. We lost you. The countries, the African countries, I don't know what they were, but that they should have been like, whoa, 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 whoa. Chill, chill, chill. Like, we don't care what drama y'all got with Russia. We don't care what drama y'all got with Ukraine. We don't care about the Nazis. We don't care about none of that shit. These are our fucking citizens that were over there fucking trying to go to school. So that country should have been like talking shit to whatever country they should have been talking shit to Poland, talking shit to Ukraine, talking shit to Russia, talking shit to those little fucking militia groups. Everybody, send troops, whatever. Stand on your fucking square. Look out for your fucking people. Don't let them just be out there like that. The whole world is watching this shit, so they taking it as you a pussy. You don't care? You a pussy. And that's the reason why they go over there into them African nations and fucking rape them and take their fucking resources, because they're like, y'all are pussy and y'all not gonna do nothing about it. That was the message Putin had.
That's right. And I see another thing they say we don't do things collectively. We only look out for ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's what we gotta change.
And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, especially in the black community. Like, I'm a server. I wait tables. And I see a lot of black tables. They always be like splitting the check. And one thing that's really weird about, like, splitting the check is one thing, but one thing that's really weird to me is when you order an appetizer just for yourself. Like, who does that? Like, why do you even go to dinner with these people if you're going to order an appetizer and that appetizer is only for you? There's other people at the table. Let's say there's 3 other people at the table. You order an appetizer, but this appetizer is only for you. Like, generally speaking, at restaurants, appetizers are shareable, just kind of like desserts. And they do the same thing. So it's like, that's what's really strange to me. Why do you even want to go to eat with this person? You don't want to share your appetizer with them. You don't want to split the check or figure out the check. You want to I want to make sure I don't pay for nothing this nigga had. That fucking attitude right there drives me fucking crazy.
Right. See, we gotta get out of that though. We gotta be more on one accord, man.
Yeah,
Pat, you was making a point when you dropped out.
My point was the fact that a lot of that stuff wouldn't be happening at the border if if Poland or Ukraine or whatever knew that they would suffer some type of consequences for treating those people that way. Whatever government they're from, these are different Africans and different nations.
And that's not racial at all.
No,
that's not racial at all.
No, that's just dealing with, like, those you did know that's my cousin, right?
Yeah, that's my people, right? Them my citizens, right? Them my niggas, right? No. You can do that to none of my peoples. I don't give a fuck. It was all on TV and shit. No. Fuck that. No, but they don't have nuts enough to do that shit. A lot of them. A lot of it is because of the money that these damn European countries be giving the damn leaders, and then they be, inputting them,
it's so much,
putting them in place. But still,
that's
the people,
mostly what it is. It's hush money. That's mainly because they're able to come and rob the country of something that belongs to all of the people. Like Libya.
As long as the guys in charge get paid and their friends and family get paid, then they're like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, when Gaddafi was in place, I mean, if people knew all the stuff that Gaddafi had for those people, like, because I mean, shoot, in the East, I mean, it was just unheard of for people to have free health care. Like they get a
Yeah.
monthly stipend from the
Yep.
oil money.
Yep.
Like these people were balling. Like they were
He's
living good.
They
some of the
killed
stuff.
Gaddafi. They killed
So,
Gaddafi because he went against the American dollar. He
right.
said, "Show me money. I
He
want
tried.
gold. I want silver,
He
and this
wanted
and
a
that."
gold backed
He,
currency.
Gaddafi didn't know nothing about no cryptocurrency. Gaddafi lived in a tent before his country could rise into
Yeah.
a Commonwealth nation. So
It's
if you have a personal bank account, if we benefit, you get some money in your pocket,
and we
and
all
that's
benefit.
why you think people are billionaires because they didn't give back to the people like they should right now.
And that's why things are so fucked
Mark
up.
Zuckerberg, all of them.
Exactly.
And
He's
that's
This
the
is why
like
this
really hot. The
and
dude that
because
owns
see the reason why
Amazon.
the same
this is
thing
the
that Chaka
war.
was saying earlier. The same
This is
thing
the
that
war.
Chaka was saying earlier about the money's not circulating is why we're having these different these issues because I mean the hoarding has begun long time ago. So it's like yeah, they have some nice shit, but I mean how many times you buy a house? How many times you need to buy a car?
Yeah.
And
These
It's,
people
it's,
done bought
an,
everything that they need already.
it's
They
an
don't input
algorithm,
into
and
the economy.
they put it down to like mathematics. Mathematics is real. And then when we talk about like Nikola Tesla, I don't want to go too much into that. So like 369, they're like, okay, well, if I do X, Y, and Z, then this is the opportunity that I have, and they took control over it. We don't understand it. People over in Africa, the the wealth lies there. The wealth is in Africa, and they're
Hmm.
exploiting it by how rich they're becoming. The hand has to play its cards. If you're in a poker game, you know who the top dog is, and that's who you're going after.
Right.
If you're not going after them, then
What are you doing?
you're losing consistently.
Yeah.
If you
So
play with them, oh now you're on top, and they want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to you.
otherwise you're not recognized. You're not recognized unless you're playing with the big
It's chess,
boys.
it's not checkers. Teach this little baby how to play chess. A
So
little bit
so
of that.
So back to what you said about Gaddafi, because that's the whole key of everything that's happening, and then about him living in a tent and how the people, a lot of the systems that Gaddafi put in place, they can't even undo. The people love this shit. A lot of the shit he did, even though it's the government switched over to like this super like right wing fascist government, they couldn't undo
No,
those.
they went over there to instill democracy. So all the shit that the Gaddafi did is reversed
Not
right
all of
now.
it. I'm telling you, I know my
Not
shit.
all of it.
I know my
Okay,
shit.
I hear you,
I know
kid.
my
All right.
I know my shit, y'all. Go look it up. A lot of the policies he put in are still in place because they're super popular with the people over there. They don't give a damn who's the fuck running the show.
say,
No, y'all
bro,
not taking this shit back.
I don't know any other country in the world that was doing what Gaddafi was doing because, like I said, I mean
It
these
was
people were getting
there was other
He wanted to
places,
create the United States of Africa.
but that currency thing that he was doing, that was something that was big and wasn't happening
He
in other
said we're
places.
not accepting any American dollar. How
Yeah,
hard is that to understand?
yeah, and that's what it
We're
is.
done.
And
And
them
then if
and
you look
them.
at the stock market, I'm looking at the stock market right now. This shit has been crashing probably
Yeah.
ever since the day that he died. If you look at the day he died on the stock market, you go back, you can cross reference. Uh oh, you
This is the
you could have made
key.
some money.
This is
You could have
key.
made a lot of money, but the reality is like, are you emotionally attached
well,
to
and
that?
see
Because we all gonna die
the
at one
biggest
point.
the biggest problem too is that he can create pretty much create his own source of money from the ground, from the
They had
gold
he had a
mine.
whole bunch of gold and shit, so that's why he was
He
able
had,
to. He was
yeah,
gonna be able to back the currency up to actual fucking something that was worth something. So, but look,
yes.
wait. This is what I want y'all to get to understand. We was talking about how the future needs to be regional, and for us to be strong, we have to, depend on us regionally, and trade with each other regionally. That's what the fuck Gaddafi was doing, and that's what the fuck they did not want. That's the scariest fucking thing. They want the private corporations to be it. So we be on this individualism shit. Meanwhile, the private corporations are running everything. Gaddafi was trying to actually build this regional ass shit where you don't even have to fuck with the dollar. You don't have to fuck with none of these corporations. I don't have to get nothing. Africa got everything. We don't need nothing from y'all. We finna just trade with each other within this region,
Well,
and we gonna be good.
well, see, the thing is, and like the people who have no real resources in their country is the ones who's trying to hoard and
Europe,
steal all. Yeah, they're trying to steal, resources from Africa and America. Whether
France
it's
ain't shit in
so,
France either.
yeah, I mean,
No
most
offense to
of
France, y'all, but y'all ain't
No,
got
they
shit.
said they said the gold there for love.
I think they got
Where is
great.
the gold?
I think they
Where
got
is the
some grapes
gold?
or something over there. But that's the thing,
Ain't
cause and that's the thing. Like Gaddafi could print up his own money that actually was already like back.
Gaddafi didn't print his own money, and that was the problem.
You say he
It
didn't?
was it came from the U.S. He didn't print his own money. It came from the U.S. and he had
No,
gold
no.
to
What?
back up
No,
what everything that he was
but
saying.
see, but that's what real money is.
yeah,
Real money is silver and
ba-
gold.
backed
This
by some.
paper,
No, all right,
yeah.
King. All right, Pat.
See that
Pat.
there's a different
The
there's a
real
difference
money,
in
the real money is in digital now. It's out of your hands. We're
no.
still, I
Listen.
want to be checking
No,
those times.
we're talking
Yes,
about
yes, 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 yes.
pre crypto.
It
We
has to
talk
represent
Of course,
something, even the
yeah, of course it
crypto.
because
was gold and silver.
It has to
Yeah, for
gold and
represent
sure
silver
it
something.
was.
is real money. Everything else is
Mm,
currency.
no, it's not.
There's a difference between money and currency, and like the
Because
thing
you
is like
agree
some
on
because real value comes from some form of mineral that comes from the
right.
earth.
You can use it.
Real money is love and
Okay,
agape,
I
which is
can.
is
That's
universal. But I get what you're saying
I
because
get
I'm living in that same realm. If I don't have
I
money,
agree what you're
my
saying.
kids don't eat. I get what
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
saying. If I don't have money,
I
my kids don't eat.
That's
yeah,
spiritual. So we talking about two different conversations right there. Yeah,
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure, and that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
yeah. You talk
So
about the
I mean,
spiritual side of it. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. We're talking on in the physical world, what really holds value because gold you can make other things from it. You can trade. You can do whatever. Just like even with a barter system. Yeah, these shoot uh some freaking stuff that come out of the ground, food can be considered money. So it
I mean,
at least
there's free energy and waste that there's
something
free
of
energy
value.
and waste that's oil from the earth, which is the blood of the earth. If I take so much blood from you, you're not gonna live. It's gonna
I
eventually die.
I think
Yeah,
that's
Earth is gonna turn into a star.
I
Yeah,
think that
hopefully we understand that.
I
But
think that's true what you're saying, Elliot, and I think it's very deep. I was watching a video about that, and it's this Native American dude, and he was talking about Turtle Island and all of that, and he's talking about the Earth
on
being
any side
alive.
of the turtle,
He was talking about the Earth being alive and talking about like the veins and like the arteries and all of that kind of stuff, and saying that we disrupt those. We're the way the Earth works. You know what I'm saying? When we pulling out those minerals sometimes, and we're pulling out this oil or whatever, we're we're,
there's
we're
blood.
yeah, we're like it's just like literally like taking the blood out of the veins of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
affecting the health of the whole system.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's depleting. That's one of the reasons why we're not like they had to push to doing GMO, genetically modified, is because if you're taking the
They're trying
things
to
that's
synthesize it before the shit all comes to a head, and everybody realizes, oh, I shouldn't be eating meat and this and that, and then they're gonna be like, oh, so the government can capitalize on that.
Right.
Well,
Because
there's
because
nothing else that you. Yeah, everything's depleted. You can grow fruits and vegetables, but how good is it for you? Then they're gonna
exactly.
contemplate themselves, and so we have to get to like basic scientism. Like
It
I
goes
don't
back.
want to feel like my dad. My dad was like, "You're the smartest person I know," and I'm like,
It's,
when you
it, it
talk
goes
about, go ahead, brother. Yeah,
it goes
brother.
back to what you were saying before, because of food, right? And that's how they make us
I
be
want to look
dependent
at
on the
things under a
government.
microscope.
Because we don't
That's
have
what
nothing to
I want
eat.
to do.
We don't have nothing to eat. They make us dependent on the government, and that's what they did to the Indians, and that's what they always do over and over and over again. That's what they're doing to us now. We're completely dependent on the government for food. You know what I'm saying? And the corporations and the government
Food,
can't,
water, and shelter.
and the corporations and the government can't be separated from each other. Like, so that's like an intertwined little thing that's going on. So for us to eat, we got to deal with the corporations and government. And it's like almost all of us, 95% of us, have to deal with the government, corporations, to be able to feed our family or eat ourselves.
yes, 100%. And that's, I mean, because I know when I was a kid, I grew up with, my uncles, my grandfather, my uncles still growing a lot of our food. And, I can, pretty much see how these things can simply go back to us doing those same, taking those same practices, doing that again, and pretty much rewinding history instead of like, because everything that they're doing, they can continue doing it. Let them have their own paradigm, let them have their own world, but we can
Yeah,
also have our own world.
yeah. That's what I said in the other video. Wasn't nobody here. I was ranting by myself. Fuck them. Let them have their ivory towers. Let them have their walls. Let them have their shit. Whatever the fuck. They're miserable anyways. Psh, that's the real
Yeah,
truth. But
and
over here, let's build something for us, because we ain't gonna never be them, bro. And in the way the system is set up, like, we have this American dream idea, but there's no way you're ever gonna be those guys. And again, it's lineage. And then we be talking about the Native Americans. I'm gonna make a clip of that Cree guy. Remember the Cree guy? What do y'all think about him? The guy from Canada, and then we was talking about lineages, and even
yeah,
that's everybody. The old school, the if you want to call them the Illuminati or whatever you want to call them, they follow matrilineal lineages. So again, the ivory tower, the big wall, nigga, you ain't one of them unless you ended up one of your moms. You know what I'm saying? You was related to them. That's the only fucking way you're gonna be one of them. So the rest of us, which is the few, because that's the few. So we're the many. So the rest of us, we have to build corporate, institutions and shit for us to help us, regular folks, regular people, the ones that
yeah,
wasn't born to the lineage, the proper lineage.
yeah.
You there, JT? What you think? I'm putting you to sleep. I tend to put people to sleep.
See, I don't think
I think
not. Well, I can speak from my own experience. You're not actually putting people to sleep. Some of us just have very busy lives where we just fucking sleepy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm just
saying?
saying it's boring sometimes. It's kind of dry, but it's what we were saying before. You have to pay attention, and the knowledge is in the details. The devil is
But
in the details. Like, when you take a class, it's gonna put you to sleep. It's boring. It's a dry ass lecture. But if you fucking pay attention to that damn class, you probably fucking finna learn some shit. But if you fall asleep in the damn class, you didn't learn a goddamn thing.
No,
And
no, I'm
so
right up.
you there? I ain't put you to sleep. That's what I was wondering. My bad for putting you to sleep if I did, and for the audience too. everybody listening.
Ain't gonna let me sleep. Yeah. Right up.
Yeah, JT, what do you think though? Like we talked about a whole bunch of
No, I'm
shit. You
right.
didn't barely say nothing. What you think?
Yeah, man. If you ain't
Any of the
in that lineage, you know, you shit out of luck. So that. Oh, no, excuse me. So you gotta go back to what we was talking about. We had to have our own,
right?
Our own everything.
Yeah, because that's what I
all I'm
said.
saying.
The elites don't give a damn about none of us. It's not racial. We over here talking about blacks and whites and Mexicans and all that. They're not on that shit at fucking all. They don't give a damn about none of us.
Bro, they suffer just like we are. You know, I mean, like a lot of the propaganda goes around, you know, showing that, you know, okay, like, you know, they use us as the bait to get everybody else drawn in and to pretty much hide a lot of the stuff that they're doing. But we gotta be smarter than that and start doing things, because I mean I've been hearing this talk for a long time, and you know people around me that's, you know, I think is woke enough to really be a part of it or that they would fit into it, a lot of times end up making excuses as well, because like I said, I have money to invest. I'm finding different ways to invest in stuff, at least now, like to make more money. But I would rather, because I want to invest in people that where we can actually, you know, build something
Build
that
something.
we can all be able to benefit from
and
at
and,
some
and it's so
point.
sad because like Dr. Umar, I'm sure most of y'all probably know who I'm talking about, Dr. Umar. And then he was talking about he was going to build a school, and it's been so many years, and he's been collecting money, and it's one of the screw. I love to hear Dr. Umar talk. I really do.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
good talker, but that's about
but
it.
but but at the end of the day, I mean, I just don't see him really doing much to really help the community. I think he's just cashing in, and a lot of the ones that we see like that are just cashing in. Like, because where are the schools? I saw a picture on Instagram. It was a meme, and it showed like Jay-Z and all of these people, and they're like, oh, there's like $1 billion in the room. It's like not one school, not one bank, not one fucking, institution that's gonna help the fucking regular folks that they
Killer
came from.
Mike.
All of these, and what I was talking about, like I said, they at least don't give a damn about none of us. It's like, fuck you. Your parents were crackheads. You're gonna you're gonna give me your little dirty disease. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about none of us. So people like, that people that came from where we came from, and it don't even, we don't even have to have a whole bunch of money. And again, the Republican, Democrat, man, woman, black, white, Hispanic, all that shit is just to separate us so that they can keep doing what they're doing. We're all on the same fucking level playing field, folks, as far as like there is classism, there is sexism. Don't get me wrong, there is racism. What I'm saying is we're all in the same boat as far as our needs and shit. And we can all work together and fucking fix that shit. And like I say, you got these people like Oprah Winfrey. Like, what the fuck? She goes to build church schools in Africa and shit. Has she ever built a school in the United States? She from Chicago.
No.
Chicago is one of the fucked up as ass cities in the
Well,
fucking United States.
she's
And
from
they came out to be with a
she's
pedophile ring.
she's actually
Has
from
she built has
Mississippi.
she built a school in Chicago, y'all? Answer me that.
Well, no, she's actually from Mississippi. She moved up to Chicago. That's where she kind of made it big at. But she's from Mississippi, and
Mississippi, Chicago. Has she built a school in Mississippi or Chicago?
Like Rihanna.
no,
That's dangerous. That's dangerous type of people. So back away from them. Give up the energy. I would love to continue conversating about it because it sounds good. She has a television show. I grew up watching her, and just like Bill Cosby or anybody, like I mean, your actions prove everything. We gotta stop it.
And the only way we'll ever
But
move forward is
I'm willing to see the next thing. The only thing that's different from us between the next man is that I'm willing to put my dollar up.
yeah.
Not
I'm
the next
down.
person. I can knock on your door and be like, hey, um, I got, I'm gonna execute this plan. It takes a while. It might not work right away. But at the end of the day, somebody's
But
gonna benefit. It
and
might not even be me.
even if I don't have a dollar, I'm willing to put forth my effort. And the thing is, like we were saying about the selfishness of especially the black community, worried about their work, somebody else benefiting their work, like cleaning up after somebody else. And that's not just the black community, but I just
Man, I
use
got
that.
that dollar. Motherfuckers just got to spend not too long ago.
They
Like low key, it's a new
but
year, but motherfucker, you
but
got to spend me like
but
5 months
but but
ago. At least.
but everybody got something to give. Like I say, even if they don't have a dollar. And we was talking about it in the other show. Tebow can work on the community garden. Somebody else can organize it. Somebody else can build the
Oh yeah,
funding.
we can organize, but bro, everybody got something.
That's
I
my
wouldn't even
point.
be on this live if I didn't have a dollar in my pocket. I swear to God,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they may
somebody
not
got
have a
something.
dollar. They may not have a dollar to give. That's what I'm saying. People are starving. Parents go home hungry, go to sleep hungry. Kids go to sleep hungry. How many kids only get to eat when they go to fucking school and shit? This is a real thing right here in the United States, richest country in the world,
No child
by the
left
way.
behind. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
They
yeah,
implemented that shit when I
I
was in
know
high school, and I'm like, no child left behind. What?
I know about
And I don't even
poverty.
high school.
What I'm saying is real poverty. Like, yes, they got a dollar in their pocket, but they don't have a dollar in their pocket to help with some kind of community activist program. Their kids are hungry. They need that dollar to fucking feed their kids. They hungry themselves. They ain't ate since yesterday or the day before. This is real
So
shit.
how was the non-pigment or depigment white community striving so hard? Did they really put their work in like that we didn't do?
What do you mean? You said the non-pigment community. What are they doing to help?
I'm
Is that
talking
what you
about
said?
white people. I'm just talking shit, low key.
I get it, but I still don't really get the question.
Like, did they put so much work in?
What do you mean though? Did they put so much?
Like knocking door to door and saying, okay, well, getting funding and um,
Generating
donations
funds.
and
I would have to say it would depend on the
we're
person.
lagging, so it's kind of
Yeah,
awkward.
I know. I think it's JT's got a phone or something. I've muted him. Hey, so it's yeah, so I would my understanding of your question, my answer would be some people, some white people, yes, door to door and work for the community. Yes, absolutely. Not everybody. That's one of the things we was talking about with the race. What was they talking about? The critical race theory and why do you identify with the colonizers? When they talk about these stories or read these books or whatever the hell, regardless of what your racial makeup is, your pigment is, you identifying with the colonizers. Why are you identifying with the colonizers? That would be the question that you would ask. So yes, there's throughout history, it's been black people on both sides, it's been white people on both sides, it's been Hispanics on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Throughout
Well, it's not all white people are black. I mean, bad people. I mean, when you talk about slavery, supposedly, you know what I mean. We wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for them. We're still here. And it usually goes back to the Moors because you guys are talking about Africa, and I'm like, damn, it sounds a lot like what I was taught, from the beginning is that America is Africa. It was just transitioned out of hand through probably like, blood, guns, steel. I like to be rational. You
hey,
guys be throwing around a lot of subjects, but I'm like, what really happened? Motherfuckers got popped in their head died, and the next person was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do what the fuck you say.
Yeah,
That's it. People be
and that
snitching on each other and shit.
and that
All this shit.
that's
You talking about you a street nigga? You a gangster? Oh, come on,
that
bro. Nigga,
that's
you only reason you got us because you snitch.
that's
Do
one
your
of the
time,
problems.
nigga.
That's one of the
Do
problems
your
with history.
motherfucking time.
And Pat be bringing it up all the time, but that's the reason why I don't like to focus on the names, because the only thing reason why I would want to focus on the names would be the etymologies and stuff like that, and why they made those decisions. But that's the same reason why I don't be remembering people's names. Like I feel like the names are really not that important. Like even when we talking about Ukraine, it's current news. All of those countries are right outside of Russia, right there. I can't even think of the names right now. Those countries were not like that's new. Those are new countries. Like I was talking to this lady from Kyiv or whatever, and she was saying like her grandparents lived through the country having like 7 names or some shit. Like that shows the turmoil of that area, but that also shows the significance of the fucking name. Psh, whatever. This is the name they gave us now, so we're called
No, them motherfuckers ain't that smart. They're
we're
not
called
that smart.
Kazakhstan now. So yeah, like that song. It's not Constantinople. Wait, Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. My point is the name is not that important. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel historically.
No, but the names changed so many times. When I was learning about God and growing up in Christianity and Islam and Krishna, and I was like, damn, this shit keeps going up and up and up, and everybody sacrificing themselves. And like humans didn't mean shit to them. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I gotta rewind this shit. Let me play it back.
that you could believe in that is gonna still guide you towards fear, or
Yeah.
things that's gonna take you away from nature. You know what I'm saying? So that just the idea of belief is not necessarily the
Good.
stronghold.
Right. You got to have some science backing up. Doc says it's the secret quantum physics, the combined power of all mankind's belief become an energy field that we can draw on and use to manipulate our world. We are created in God's image as a spiritual being connected to the universe. The meat sack is just the shell. We are the power.
Yeah.
Well said, Doc.
Yep, well said. And I think we can end on that. That's
perfect.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Peace and love. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for your time. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for liking and sharing and subscribing and telling your friends.
Yeah. Thank y'all for everything. Getting our viewership up. I think our viewership will be growing a lot more in the near future. So we thank y'all in advance.
Yeah.
Come and join the club.
Yep. Come join the conversation. Come chat with me and Pat.
I didn't know that you realized that.
Done, son. Yeah, King Chaka Entertainment. Here we go. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check us live and become a part of the show on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, Wednesday and Thursday at 11 p.m. and Friday and Saturday at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. While you're playing the game, working out, cleaning, or whatever, check out the more refined audio versions of the show on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, and more. Keyword King Chaka Ent. Yeah. Shouts out to Pat, Doc, Deuce, Curtis, Brendan, Elliott, Juanita, Jay Lethal, Tariq, my Twitch follower, Francisco, and others for always supporting the channel. Yeah. Race, spirituality, politics. Let's talk about it. We generate interest into what has happened and what is happening in our world, therefore creating activists. Let's go. Dale gas, baby.
Dime qué tú quieres, papi.